Hello folks, this is Gary with Ruff Road RV Life. Sharon sitting next to me. We like looking at freedom. So today we're going to do a video regarding our 2020 trip on our expenditures for food, fuel, and fees. So now I'm going to turn it over to her.
All right, if you are just tuning into this channel, we sold everything 3 years ago and moved into our RV, Ruff Road, and we started traveling in 2019, and 2020 was our second trip on the road. Of course, our wings were clipped with COVID, but we were able to travel some. So that's what we're going to be sharing about. We're full-time RVers and we love RV life.
RV life. It's another day Mother Nature made for me every day.
It's awesome.
So, in 2020, we made basically about an East Coast run. 2019 was West Coast. 2020, we went up North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, that, in that general area, Alabama. So we were out 148 camping nights for that period of time. So we are going to take each topic one by one and let you know what we average spending for that 148 nights.
Right, while we were traveling.
Okay, I think before I start down this road, I'm going to just say this. As far as the numbers go, we use a program called RV Trip Wizard, and RV Trip Wizard logs all of our miles that we travel between campgrounds, and also logs all of our fees that we have spent for campground fees. So this is how we track our numbers for campground fees and our miles throughout our trip for that year. That's kind of where we get our numbers from. It's a good program. I would suggest you check it out.
And we're going to start with food because everyone loves food. Food while we were traveling, but just keeping in mind that this is something you need anyway. So
we're going into food. And I'm opening the magic book.
I have something to say about food though.
One more thing.
Our food budget does include eating out because we eat out very little. However, as everyone knows, in 2020, eating out really wasn't on the table.
No.
So as much as we don't eat out, we ate out even less in 2020. But our budget does include those occasional times we did eat out.
Okay, drum roll. So for food, we spent $3,192 total for that 148 nights, which came out to $651.42 a month, or $21.56 a day.
And that was slightly under budget. We also include our dog's food in that and our dog treats, which is very expensive. So our budget for eating out and groceries is $700 a month. So we came in about $49 cheaper.
Yeah, I went on a diet, that's why. I lost $49 worth of food a month. That was my diet. Ate a lot of salad. Anyway.
Here's a tip. If you don't like your food going bad, your fresh produce, we make it a point that everything that we get fresh when we first buy our groceries, we eat it within the first few days. So Mr. D so looks forward to grocery day because he knows he's going to be eating salad type foods for the next 3 to 4 days.
Salad comes with the meal. With her, it is the meal. Anyway, so that was our food cost. So now we're going to go to food, fuel.
Fuel for our RV, Ruff Road. We did not include our Toad in this total because we drive our Toad very little unless we are stationary. But when we're traveling, sometimes we don't drive it at all.
True. So our fuel number, and we have a 33-foot Fleetwood Excursion, 300 horsepower diesel pusher, and we tow an Acura MDX. That's our drivetrain. So, and we average 10.1 to 10.3, 10.5 miles per gallon on the road. We don't go over 65 miles an hour. We can't go because that's our tow restrictions.
Right.
So our sweet spot for towing miles per hour is like it's 60, 62, somewhere around there. We do get past a lot, but that's what we do. Anyway, so we burned 316 gallons of fuel, or $950 worth of fuel, which was $197.83 a month. If you want to break it down today, it's $7 a day, but we're not traveling, every day.
And that came in under budget. We budget $300 a month for our diesel fuel only, and we did really well with that.
Right. And our style of RV life is we usually stay in a park 7 days, and we travel 200 miles
Or less.
stay 7 days. I can get almost a month's worth of travel out of it, the 90 gallons this thing holds. So
And
it's basically about a tank a month.
Right. And in 2020, we did have longer stays. We
Yes.
stayed 14 days here and 14 days there, and due to different things, to me hiking, to Gary having a tooth emergency that caused us to have to stay in an area for a little extended time.
Yeah.
So our travel
It was from eating salad.
our travel style last year, we stayed longer, which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it. So anyway, now fees, campground fees. We like Army Corps parks, state parks, national parks. We like parks. We like the woods.
Okay, so I'm going to give you our camping numbers. Now keep in mind that I'm an old geezer, so I get discounts at some places like Army Corps parks that possibly you won't get.
But not everywhere.
But not everywhere, not all states care that I'm a senior citizen.
Right.
Some, like Florida, are happy that I'm a senior citizen. We like Florida.
Because we're a resident.
We're residents,
And he's a resident, so that
and they treat us old people pretty good here in Florida. But anyway, so just keep that in mind that there are some discounts involved with me being old.
And when he says discounts, they go from great to half price to it covers the taxes.
Yeah.
But we're not complaining. We'll take it.
So anyway, so campground fees, we spent 148 camping nights, $3,626. That came up to $740 a month, or $25 a day for camping.
Which was over our budget, quite a bit over our budget. We typically budget around $500 a month, and sometimes we're a little less, sometimes we're a little more, but that was probably significantly more. However, we did save a little bit in the other two areas, and we love the parks that we stayed at. We stayed at a lot of state parks where we were paying the premium price, and no regrets there. The parks that we stayed at, Virginia, Tennessee, North Carolina, Alabama, beautiful, beautiful parks.
Right.
No, Georgia, no regrets. So even though we paid a little bit more, it all worked out. It's all averages, and we had a great time on our East Coast journey.
Yes,
Is it
East Coast, yeah.
Eastern journey, I guess more. so campgrounds vary.
Yeah.
They just vary. We are Passport America members. We've been able to use that before. We didn't use it, I don't think, at all last year.
No.
You have to really look at the parks to determine if that's a park you want to stay at or not. And we found some good places to stay in 2019, not so much in 2020 in our travels, where we were traveling. And we're also members of Sam's Club, and you get a little discount there, but that again will just cover the taxes basically.
Yeah, and we also were aware of Harvest Toast, but once again, they weren't really in our area that we were at.
And we don't do like one night here, one night there, one night. And being a planner, just not knowing if we could get in or not, just kind of wigged me out. So we did get a membership the first year, but we never used it. And I know people who use it, love it, but it does not fit in our travel style at this time. Maybe future.
No, we're not the boondocking. We will stay an overnight or two if we're going in between campgrounds that we have to fill in a night or two. We'll stop at a Cabela's or Walmart if it's available. Lot dock, as they call it.
Yeah.
So we will do that. until we can get to our park.
And we do like private parks. We do go there because some state parks and even some Army Corps parks have sewer, but typically they don't.
Right.
So every now and then we like to hit a full service park so we can hook up to sewer and run the washing machine and the dryer, which is on board, and take care of laundry, because the laundry is another expense that you're going to have to deal with if you don't have an onboard washer dryer.
Right.
So it's about, for us, if we don't have hookups, we go about twice a month. It's $15 to $20 a pop for our laundry, including bed linens and the dog stuff and all that.
I give you the totals. These are our total numbers for the 2020. Where were they at? We spent $7,768 for food, fuel, and fees, which came to $1,586 a month, right at $52.50 a day for those three.
For a
Fs.
really good trip. Now, a lot of our recreation's not included because Gary fishes. He does have to buy a fishing license.
In
Just
every state you go.
know that that's a cost. If you're into fishing, check into those fishing license fees. Some states it's a good deal. Some states not so much.
Yeah.
But so he likes to fish. I like to hike, bike, and kayak, which is basically free. So
I don't mind walking. I don't hike. I walk.
So usually wherever we're at, the park that we're at, that we do whatever recreation is there. So other things that you may see in other budget talks for RV life, maybe insurance, cell phones, connectivity, Wi-Fi, and things like that, RV maintenance and RV expenses, repairs. That's going to vary so much depending on the unit that you have, your home base state. Insurance is going to vary.
Yeah.
What your needs are with cell phones and cell service and Wi-Fi and all that. So we left that off the table. A lot of these things we've had to have in our sticks and bricks. We still had maintenance. We still had repairs. And if you are thinking about RV life, do put some money back, because things will break, things will need to be repaired, and you still have to do maintenance just like you would on your house.
But you will need food, fuel, and campground fees. You don't need anything else.
Right.
You're going to need those three.
Right. And if we even said, okay, well, we use fuel every day here, we eat food, to break it down, how much was it a day for just our campground? What was the average for that?
Let me open the magic book.
I think our number came out
For how much a day? For which one?
for campground, for fees,
$24.50.
$24.50. So I know a lot of people out there, if they're 1,000 Trails members, or if they do a lot of boondocking, they're going to get that number a lot lower. If you decide to stay somewhere for a month or weekly rates, it will be cheaper. And of course, mooch docking will always save you money. Well, maybe. But anyway,
we have three mooch dockings. We got an Ocala mooch docker, we got a Colorado mooch dock, and we've got a North Carolina mooch dock.
we're working on a Pennsylvania mooch dock.
Got a Pennsylvania one too, really. So
we just wanted to share with you a little bit about how we travel and how our budget works when we're traveling. But the three main expenses when we're traveling: food, fuel, and fees.
I think salad is more expensive than hamburger.
I make my own salad dressing, apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and honey. It is delicious. If you want to throw a little bit of rosemary in there, that's really good.
Delicious. It's almost as delicious
Gary
as
loves
as
it.
cheese on a hamburger. Anyway, so I guess we're going to wrap this up. I'm getting hungry now.
All the salad
Not
talk's
for salad,
making you
though. All right. Okay.
hungry. We're done.
We're done. Okay,
we're
well, I
done.
guess we're done. So this is Gary.
Sharon here.
Ruff Road in the back. The two energetic dogs are in there sleeping because they walked for 30 minutes this morning.
Yeah, they've already exerted themselves, so they got to save
They came
up.
in panting and had to collapse on the floor because they were out in the sun for 30 minutes. But anyway, We hope to see you on the road one day, because
Say
we like
hello.
looking at freedom.
Drop us a line and let us know your suggestions. We are heading back central United States, eastern United States again this year.
Yep.
So, but a different route than we did last year, and maybe a little bit of stopping off and let me get a week hike in. I'm so excited.
That's a week I don't have to eat salad. Okay, people. Gary and Sharon,
Ruff Road RV Life. We like looking at freedom.
safe travels.
See you on the road.
Bye.
Bye.